Hey guys, welcome back to the channel on this road to 2000. This is going to be episode 212. So without further delay, let's just get down to business. Okay, what do we get? We get the black pieces and we are going to get e4, e5, and we're going to get nothing because they don't want to play. So we jump into another game straight away. Okay, now we get e4, we got e5. So we get the Vienna. So you know what we do with this? F6. Okay, we hit back in the middle. This is just a standard procedure. They take, we take. Right, we take. Queen comes out. We come out. When you see something you're not sure about, I think you just take stock and just try and figure out what the heck's going on here. So, little bit confused by that. I think I... No, I don't do that. If I do this, I think I take. I think taking is the move. Wow. All right. Now that is a first. Basically, queen's the one that normally comes out, so that's kind of throwing me off. Right. They surely they don't want to castle this way. Castling this way is starting to look a little bit kind of open. Now, if I develop, just develop. Now I'd like to get my queen in. Right, so they're making sure that I can't take this pawn. I think we just continue to develop. They can come and hit me now. And if they do in preparation for that, I am just going to make sure that they can't do that. Okay. Develop my other knight. Now, if they start pushing, I think that's quite risky because these are the pawns in front of the king. You don't really want to do that. It's just so easy to kind of go back and then they start doing it again. Then all of a sudden their pawn's all the way up here and the king's kind of exposed. Castling for me. Where do I want to go? With everything bearing down this way, I just feel reluctant to kind of to castle. And look, you've got the rook about to get into the game. I think maybe queen up and then long castle, but the same applies. I just feel that it gives them an opportunity to castle. If I castle, I'm going to castle. I'm going to castle. I'm going to play it safe. Now, rook defends this f7 square, which is essential, especially with this rook looking down. This is a tricky game already. Positionally wise, just because I don't quite know. Still need to connect the rooks. So I need to put my queen somewhere. I need this bishop is doing like nothing really looking at. I mean, it's... Is there a way to maybe push this out, get this into a better position? How can they deal with this as well? I mean, say they come and attack. Right, they do that. That's interesting. So I think do I take first? So takes, 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 takes. I'm taking all the way. Now, obviously, if they... I just win a piece, don't I? Hanging, hanging. If they take my queen, I take their queen. And then this is hanging. That's hanging. But I'm a piece up. take a pawn. Wow. Okay, so I guess we do the same. Now they hit my rook. Or maybe not. Hit my rook. What about me hitting their rook? The issue is here. I hit their rook. They take my rook. I take their rook. Or however, if I go and hit their rook, then they hit my bishop. I get out the way and they still take my rook. So I need to get out the way. Where to put this? I think this is just fine here. Now, I'd like to get this here. If I can get this bishop over to e4, that's solid, backed up by the pawn, and it's going nowhere anytime soon, because I had a feeling they might want to push this pawn. So that is solid. No pawns can get this bishop out of the way. The only way to deal with this is to take. I'm taking. They can win a pawn and the bishop for a rook, but when you're down material, you don't want to do that. So next move might be to try and let them resign. Okay, wow. It was just a miscalculation from their part. But we take it. 1744. Okay, my all-time peak is 1749. So let's have a quick look at the review and then I'll debate whether or not I want to have another game. Okay, so I played with 94.1. They played with 84.5. I mean, to be fair, it was pretty standard procedures because, look, this was unusual. No, but it's a book move. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was... I mean, it doesn't seem completely out of the ordinary that you can do that. It seems perfectly fine. I just wasn't sure what the follow-up moves were. So I just took. But bishop out. And this must be their blunder. Yeah, that's the blunder because we're taking first. Now, obviously, if they just take back, then we're taking the bishop. And it's currently not defended by the knight anymore. So they decide to take. We take. They take. Takes. Yeah, and that was just that. Right. I'm going to have another game. Oh, gosh. Come on. It's been a long time since I've hit a peak, so here we go. It is what it is. Now, we're going for our English, so let's see what we can do with this. And we're up against somebody from the UK, so it is Battle of the Brits. Well, it was going to be, but it's not anymore. So we jump into another game. What are we now? White or black? Doesn't matter. Just give it to me. Okay, cool. We are now playing somebody internationally. Well, okay, let's just stop talking. Let's focus. So they're going to contest the middle. I can see that now. Yeah, we're going to take. And then we're going to push on. That's fine. We're going to finish what we're going to do. Bishop g2, as always. Now, lately, I've been pushing this pawn as well. So I'm going to do it. Okay, now. I'm thinking take with the bishop. I've got to be careful because the king's not castled, but it's not too much of a problem for now. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to castle. Yeah, castle has got to happen. Now, I'm slightly Not happy about that. It's not the end of the world, you know. Okay, I can just push. Well, I think it's going to be one of these games. We're going to push them away. They're going to come and probably hit my rook. Push forward, F2. There we go. Now, if I push up, G4, they kind of run out of squares. Now, my king is already looking a little bit exposed, so I might get them to push some pawns. Now, if I push up, then what? Do you know, I quite like this. We're going to go with this. We're going with this. If they take, we're going to take back with the knight. In fact, right, so they protect. They protect stuff. Now, going to jump in here. Going to take. This is currently being hit. Queen's going to win back the bishop. Now, if they take, obviously we can take. So that's not an issue. But maybe just come in here. Everything's covered. We're attacking the bishop. Can't go here. Can go here. Now, if I take F5, it invites their knight into the game. It gives them a better square, which is not ideal. So they go all the way back. Now, this pawn is currently only defended by the queen. How can I deal with this? I think maybe it might be time to sort of just try and line things up a bit. Defended by the pawn. They might try and hit me. I'm kind of inclined to maybe... Now, situation here is that this is defended once, twice, 3 times. It's attacked once, protected twice, 3 times. So we are just gonna... We're just gonna say goodbye. What do we take? I think we take with the bishop. Do we take with the bishop? What are the benefits of taking with... So say takes. I'm going to say goodbye to that. I want to see what they want to do with that. Might take back like that. Now, a good thing here is that if I take here, queen can't take. So they're going to take with the pawn, which means they've isolated 1 pawn. Now, I've got 2 pawns here and 3 pawns here, which are nice. But this pawn is isolated itself, so at least that's even Stevens now. What can this bishop do? I'm going to get this into the game. And then I might just move. Okay. They're going to come and hit me. But I'm not too bothered about that. So I'm going to try and trade off. Why am I going to try and trade off? Just because I feel that if I can get to the end game with my knight against their bishop in this current pawn structure, I think I can win this. Have they got anything? I can't see. This bishop's not got much to do at the moment. Queen might double up. Why have they done that? I don't quite know. I am just gonna... I'm going for it. If they move away, I've obviously got the open file. Or if they take, I've still got the open file. Okay. Now is pawns are becoming really, really important. Light square bishop can only hit 2 pieces at the moment. So that's why I like my knight against a bishop. And for those that don't know, this knight is currently on a dark square, can go to a light square, then a dark square, and all over the place. So I am just going to take that out of the game. I think that helps my cause a lot. King gets in, and now it's who's got the endgame techniques. Now, I'm going to start pushing these pawns, get them advanced, and keep everything off of the... I can do that, defended by the knight. Now, if I push, they have to take. And say I take. Now, do I lock it down? A5. And then at some point maybe come in and nick the pawn, and then I'm good. The only way the king can... Or do I take? If I take, then what? I think I'm pushing. I'm pushing. And now I've got to focus on this side. I may have made it a draw. That may be a bad move. I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, I'd like to push. They take, then my king can get involved. So if I push and they take, I'm straight in there. I'm good. That's very good. If I push and they push, then takes. I think knight needs to come around the other side now. I think it's... In fact, you know, the knight is just so dangerous. So what I'm looking at here is just coming around it's going to take a few moves, but at least that way, look, I'm hitting this. They then have to go back, which means I'll take the... Again, if they take, I'm jumping in. So then king tries to get closer to the game. I can't be attacked from this side from the bishop, which is good. So that means maybe come around this way, defend these squares. If I take, it just means the king gets closer. I don't want that. So I'm looking at this. Knight d3. Knight c5. Attacking a6. If they defend, you just take their bishop. I mean, now, if they... Hang on a minute. So I don't think this is good either. So if I push, they takes. They have to do something here. Check again. They can't come in here. They've got to go back. Now, when they go back, this is what I need to be careful of. So if I jump in now and they take, that's fine. If they push, I jump in. Well, I'm in. I'm in. Or even still, hang on a minute. Is there any advantage in me taking with check? Then where do they go? They just drop in here, but then I take with check. Then I check again, take this pawn. Oh, I don't think that's good. King can't come in here because of the pawn. Wow, and they go back. So now we just attack the bishop. So they've got to drop back. Okay, so that's interesting. Now that allows me to take, which is also interesting, this pawn. And check means I take there. So they've got to check. And if I take, king can't take back. Currently, pawn up. If I check, then what? Can't come in here. Can't stay there. Now, if I jump in here, that still works. I'm looking to sort of move in here, take this out. They take, king takes, and then these pawns are getting home very quickly. Now, they can't come in this way, and they can't go around here. So they've got a long journey. Where do they go with this, actually? They might sack. Then I take, and then king's still got to get around here, eliminate, get out the way to allow this pawn home. Whereas I will then have takes, gets out the way, 1, 2. So I think I take here. Now, they might go here, then jump in there. Am I too quick? Let's figure this out. 3 minutes takes. Back. In. Taken. Taken. Oh, sheesh, just like that. Okay, cool. So still, I defend the promotion square. That's got to be done. Them taking, I push. They get out the way, I push. Pawn goes forward, I promote. Queen's in, and I'm just going to wrap this up. Now I think I can actually sack the queen to get rid of that pawn. Come on! Come on! Oh boy, I am happy about that. 1752. That is a new peak. A new peak. Come on. Oh. Man, that is my first new peak in 14 months. 14 months. I've been bouncing up and down to like 1700 a couple of times, few times, going all the way back down to 1600s and even entering into the 1500s again. But that is a new peak from 1749, and we are now on 1752. I am absolutely buzzing about that. Oh my gosh. I am so happy about that, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't even care if I lose the next few games, because you've advanced an extra few points. And once you've got there once, you know you can get there again. I didn't fluke it. I got there by playing well. So hopefully that's not the case and we just keep going up. But for the time being, 1752, absolutely over the moon. Let's check out the game review on that. Oh my gosh. God, that is so, so good. Played with 94.2 accuracy against 87.3. What can I say? The English didn't let me down this time. So this is what I do when they contest the middle, like they did. Now just finish off my development. And yeah, normally I do knight f3 is what I'd normally go to, but I've noticed that they get quite a lot of momentum on me. So I thought I'd do this with obviously the idea of pushing e5, so they have to deal with it, and it's whether or not I take back with the knight or the bishop. So I took back with the bishop, and it wants me to take with the knight. Typical. I then had to kind of finish off development and castle. It still wants me all the way back, and I get it. Just a sort of protection for the king, and yeah. And I push, which is kind of scary now because they've got the bishop pair. They've got a diagonal here leading up to my king. There's space in and around my king, so I was slightly concerned, but just push forward. Okay, it wants me to go e1. Fair enough. All right, now this I liked because if they take, I take back with a knight with some pressure on this bishop. And if not, then I just take. Or the queen could have come out, or they could just drop back. So they advance a knight. Fair enough, and that's now protected by the queen. So we take, and I'm behind actually 0.5 on the eval bar. We come in attacking the bishop. They go back. We double up with the rook. Now here we takes, and they have to isolate their pawn now. So their structure's gotten a little bit weaker. Just like mine. But these are the pawns now. These two, both isolated. Now, I did say it before. I mean, the computer doesn't agree because it's saying at the moment, they're just 0.1 up. So there's nothing in it at all. But we're playing human level here. I mean, this isn't no computer business. So I take back, get my queen out of the way. And now I'm looking to... Right, it wants the king moved up. Totally evens here. Takes. I've got the open file. And this... Computer likes me now. I'm 0.7 up. I think just taking is the way forward. Yeah, that was a fair trade. And then king gets in the game. Okay, it wants my knight to take a different route. And here I just had to focus a little bit. Yeah. Now, it was whether or not to take or to push up and close the position. So I've closed it. And it's saying a5 was best because the pawn chain will help strengthen my pawn structure. So I was happy with this. Okay, it doesn't like that. Now, I should have seen by now that this needed to get back in the game. And this was always going to be, as soon as I realised that I could sort of do that. Yeah, finally. Yeah, it sees it. Or I see it. Push. Oh, it wants me to take with the other pawn. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. It just seems a little bit... I know the king can't still get in if there's a pawn here on g4, but it just seemed a bit more natural to kind of... I don't know. It wants me to take. Okay, so if I take, king takes back, then I come in with another check. no take, and king's in now. King is in there, and I'm winning 4.8. So here it wants them in here protecting this pawn. But I'm winning this, and then I'm coming in, and then potentially taking, and oh, it wants me to take. Wants me to take, so I take, king takes, king comes in, and look how quickly my king's in there. Bosh, out the way, get out the way, take the other one, and then it's there. Whereas this has got to take back, and then it's got to go all the way round. So by the time it's done that, and then got its ass out the way, that's a mission and a half. So we take, come back in. Now we realise obviously the promotion square can just be taken out. So we think to ourselves, right, okay, let's just protect that square. And now the pawn's just rolling home. And from here they resign, but I mean it was just winning. It was just winning. I mean, if needs be, king comes in, tries to take this out. If they try and protect, for example, then we can try and get this involved as well and just take it out, and it's just winning. And if needs be, we'll take this out, and this pawn will be enough to win a game or whatever. But absolutely over the moon, guys. It's a new peak rating, and we keep on going, and it's going to be a lot more downs, and there'll be some more ups, but it's all part of the journey. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe. Happy chessing. Take care of yourselves. See you all later. Bye-bye.